motherfuckers.
There's still dudes over there. I don't know if I got teammates coming my way or not. It sounds like a friendly Vic, but it could not be a friendly Vic. Contact out front, north side. Back here. Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to 2Crack GG. Today, I'm checking out something that's been low-key fire on my desk lately. The Redragon Galatin Pro K719. This keyboard right here might just be redefining what a full-size board actually looks and feels like, without taking up the entire desk. Alright, let's just go ahead and talk about it. So first off, this is a 95 key layout, which is Redragon's way of saying, yeah, it's got the function keys, arrows, and numpad, but we're not wasting space. It's compact, clean, and it just fits better in a modern setup. If you're a gamer or a streamer who hates stretching across the desk to hit a key, this solves that problem. Now, what really caught my eye, that little LCD screen and control knob in the top right corner reminds me of the Behemoth Pro. So you're basically getting the cool 95 key or 95%, 96% design of something like the ISA Pro if you're into that one, but you're also getting the features such as the keys or the switches and the TFT screen of the Behemoth. So you get like 2-in-1 special here. So I like it a lot. But I mean, hold on, I'm going off track and going off script. Let me continue. So at first I thought it was just a gimmick like I did with the Behemoth Pro, but nah, it's actually extremely useful. You can toss your system info up there, check your connection status, even upload your own little GIFs. I did have a dumb little 2Crack animation running on mine just because I could, but then I went back to running it basic standard with the date, time, and connectivity, as well as battery life. And that just allows me to be a little bit more consistent so that when I'm playing, I don't have to have my phone, because usually if I'm streaming, I have my phone open with chat, and I don't wear my Galaxy watch, nothing when I'm streaming. So therefore it allows my phone to focus on chat, and then I can focus on what time it is and the date, etc., all the stuff that I need right there on the little screen. So if I need to know what the time is, obviously in game you can't really just open up and see what time it is. You could, but if you're streaming, you don't kind of want to show that in game unless it's absolutely necessary. So I can look down and like, all right, cool, it's about 8:30, I've been live for an hour or whatever. You know what I mean? That kind of ordeal, right? So the knob, right? Volume control, brightness, scroll, and if you want off program settings, adaptability, it's clicky, responsive, and doesn't feel cheap. Respect to Redragon on that. So the keycaps are OEM profile PBT, which means they're durable and have that slight textured feel. No greasy shine after a few sessions. And that's a big win if you're on the keyboard a lot. like I am, like a lot. Switching between games, editing, and responding to chats and emails. Yeah, underneath it's rocking hot swappable linear mint mambo switches. Yeah, that's the real name, right? They're smooth, quiet-ish, and crazy fast. Perfect for shooters and just buttery for typing. If you're into customizing, this board supports hot swap sockets too. So if you want to throw in some tactile or clicky switches later, go right along for it. And bruh, this thing is stacked with 5 layers of sound dampening pads. That means a minimal ping, no hollow echo, just a tight, thocky, satisfying sound. Very clean to listen to and not listen to when you're actually playing. And usually I keep my compressor mic above my keyboard. I think I mentioned this in my ISA Pro video, and it's really great to have those mint mambo switches that kind of keep the clocky thonkiness out of the out of the compressor mic. That's how quiet it pretty is, right? So now, RGB fans, y'all gonna love this part. It's got diverse backlighting modes, and I'm not talking about 3 presets in a rainbow puke mode. Hell no. It's got wave, ripple, reactive lighting. It's fully customizable with their DIY software. Speaking of it, they call it their Pro software, and it works. I would actually download the software, go to the Redragon, download the software, make sure that you are downloading the upgraded model depending on the model number, or just downloading the standard software depending on the model number, and that will allow you to have full control over the keyboard and how it looks and feels, and what keys do what when you're typing, etc. Keep that in mind, okay? And yeah, so you can tweak it per key or zone depending on how deep you truly want to go. The mint green and white theme, which I absolutely love, it's got like that pastel gamer aesthetic without being too loud. Pairs up nice with the clean mouse pad, or even some retro setups, or just, you know, some matte colors thrown in there. So you have like the little white, little black, little green. You know what I'm saying? Little mint. You get what I'm saying here? Yeah. So connectivity, you got 3 modes here: wired, Bluetooth, and 2.4G wireless. I've been rocking the 2.4G mostly, and latency is pretty much non-existent. Genuinely, like, I've gained with it on Reforger and Dune, no problems. BattleBit Remastered, no problems. Insurgency Sandstorm, no problems. But mainly been running it on Reforger and Dune. That's what you guys been seeing a lot lately in the streams, and in just the gameplay content in general. No problems. Battery is a beefy 4,000 milliamps, and that gives you plenty of uptime. I use it for roughly a week straight with the RGB on, and usually have to charge it maybe like once or twice a week. You know, just being real. You know what I'm saying? I try to bring my RGB down to around, I think I run it at like 20%, 20 to 40%. So it's in like a more lighted settings, that it just in case I have the lights off or whatever, I can still see what I'm typing, but it still gives me a cool calm glow from the keyboard that I like. That kind of reason why, you know, most people buy these type of keyboards, right? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, right? Typically, if it's in active use, 10% battery life usually lasts around 1 hour to an hour and a half of use, sometimes up to 2 hours. So you can pretty much get about 10 to 15 at maximum 20 hours of battery life with this thing. So if you're not using it like for 20 hours straight, you'll be good to go. You know what I mean? So if you're using it for 2 to 3 or 2 to 4 hours a day, you know, over a period of a week, you see where I get the point. You just charge it once or twice a week and you're good to go. And just kind of keep an eye on the overall battery life, etc. So if you're a gamer, a tech junkie, or just someone who wants a solid keyboard that doesn't take up half the desk, this to me is a win. It's fully featured, super customizable, and actually extremely fun to use. For me, it's an upgrade from the ISA Pro and a definitive upgrade from the Behemoth Pro, which I would consider more on their budget inside, and it's more on their intermediate inside or mid inside. So I would kind of go with this if you kind of been looking at the Behemoth Pro and like, oh, I like that feature with this LCD screen and the Mamba switches, but I also like the feature of the ISA Pro. And you're looking at the ISA Pro like, oh, I like that feature with the full 96% setup. I like that. Also, keep in mind that where you see quote unquote missing switches or missing keys, there's a little cool big function called the FN plus button, right? So you have this little thing called the FN button on the keyboard. You press that, and there are corresponding keys that allow you to access other keys that are not on the board. Now, in game, you're not going to be doing that. So in game, just kind of understand what functions go to what, and do it that way. But out of game, kind of FN. Now, pressing FN doesn't mess up anything in game, by the way. So if you want to use like page up, page down, you can do like FN period or FN side space, whatever the case may be, right? And kind of go with the page up, page down. Also, there are hidden keys along the number pad. So if you're using this, there's a home hidden in 7, page up hidden in 9, page down hidden in 3, and end hidden in 1. Also in 0 and period, you have delete and insert hidden there as well. So you do have those cool little hidden features. Those are actually the ones that I use when I calibrated or created a profile for my Impact M913 mouse. For the page up, page down, especially in Armored Forger, when you got to kind of sight in and you got to adjust your sight, right? You got to adjust your 0, etc., blah 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 blah, all the other good stuff, right? But it's still fully featured. That's kind of what I'm emphasizing. It's just that a lot of the keys that you were getting 100% keyboard are hidden, or they're in the FN plus section. Okay, and like I said, super customizable and pretty fun to use. Favorite keyboard on my desk right now, my most used keyboard. The other ones look at me like, please use this, you know what I mean? But but for streamers, that LCD screen adds a little flair to your setup if you have like a keyboard style view for that. For casual players, smooth switches, no learning curve. Primarily, the only learning curve I would see is the FN plus feature and the hidden keys. Other than that, it's not really a learning curve. And if you're into tweaking stuff, this board gives you options without feeling like a DIY project from hell. So look, for the price point, Redragon is offering a ton here. It's not a gimmick board. The Galatin Pro K719 is a legit upgrade for your setup, whether you're grinding ranked matches or just want something that feels premium without dropping $200. It's good. Great MMO, great gaming, great FPS. It don't matter what you're doing. It's basically a close to full size keyboard, so it works for whatever you want it to do. You know what I mean? So if you're thinking of picking up one, there is a link in the description below with a code that will support me, as well as give you a solid little discount. And if you already got one, let me know how you set up yours. Show me those RGB profiles. As a matter of fact, slide into the Motar server and we can talk about it. You know what I mean? I know some of y'all get creative. Anyway, it's your boy Crack. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next stream. Yeah, I said that. The next stream. So if you want to talk about this keyboard or any other Redragon gear that I have personally, just pop into a stream. I'm usually live every so often, etc., blah, blah, blah. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in, and that's about it.